Hello and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be working on sum of digits of string after convert. And in this one you're given a string s consisting of lowercase English characters and an integer k. First, convert s into an integer by replacing each letter with its position in the alphabet, i.e. replace a with I, or with 1, b with 2, z with 26. Then transform the integer by replacing it with the sum of its digits. Repeat the transform operation k times in total. So for example, if s is z, b, a, x, and k is 2, then the resulting integer would be 8 because you would convert all the letters into its numeric value, where a is 1 and z is 26. And then you would transform all the things by basically taking each digit at a time and adding them together. So this is one transformation, and then you get 17. And then the second transformation, you added the 1 and 7, you get 8. So you want to return the answer after doing this k times. So here we have I 4 times. So I is a 9, so you would just have 4 9s, and then one transformation is just add 4 9s together and you get 36. And then there's this LeetCode one, so here's all the numbers for LeetCode. And so the first time you add them together you get 33. And then the second time you get 6. So notice the other thing is you're not adding, like you're not transforming into these numbers. You are basically transforming into a big string of these numbers and then adding all those digits together. So like 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0, not 12 plus 5 plus 5 plus 20 and so on. Okay. And yeah, this one is 8. So let's go into the LeetCode example, I guess, and show how to do this. And then we can use this example to, and also the constraints are pretty small because it's an easy problem, but let's get rid of all this and let's just show this LeetCode example. So let's say we're asked to transform LeetCode. So first we have to get its ASCII value minus the ASCII value for A, because the ASCII value for A, I don't remember exactly what it is, let's say it's like 50. You don't want that. You want the difference between that and A. So if you do the ASCII value of your letter minus A, you'll get some number. But we also want it to be 1 indexed, right? Or we want A to be 1. So, like, if you do the ASCII value for A minus the ASCII value for A, you would get 0. But we want this to be 1. So we want the ASCII value of A to be 1. So we can just take our character. So we can get rid of this. So basically, take character minus ASCII of A, and then add 1. That way, A minus A will be 1, B minus A will be 2, and so on, and so on, and so on. Right? So like E is a 5, and because it's A, B, C, D, E, and so on. So this is how you get A to be 1. So first we can do that. And basically we're going to get these ASCII values, and then we can, you can store them in like a string or whatever you want, or like an array. Let's say we store them in an array, right? So we basically have these like 12, 5, 5, 20, 3, 15, 4, 5. And then basically what we need to do is we need to add up all the digits of the numbers. And that's a transform operation. And so the way to take a number, let's just go through that. So like, how do we take a number? Like, let's say we have a number like this. How do we take the digits of a number and add them up? So the way to do that is we can get one digit at a time, and then we can simply get rid of that digit. So the way to get the digit is just number mod 10. So we can get that digit, and then we can add those to the result. So add to result, and then divide number by 10. So that's basically the process here. So if our total, like let's say we have a total 0. So we're basically going to say, okay, let's just take this number mod 10, we get 9, add it to our result, and then divide by 10, and you can just do a floor divide. So we get this. Then we get the last digit again, and we add, and we keep doing that, right? So then we end up getting 9 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 as your total. And every time here, you just get the digit divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10, divided by 10, and you get 0. So that's how you do like a transform operation once you have a number. And then you basically add these together, and this is like your total. So in this case, we would get 22. And you can basically do this once you have a number. So to go from a number to the sum of its digits, right? That's what we do. But in this case, we don't have a number. We actually have like a bunch of numbers. So how do we do that? Well, it's kind of the same thing because we basically need to add all these digits together, right? So we basically need to do like 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0, right? So we're basically, for all of these numbers, we need to do this thing, and then we just need to add that together, and that will give you the first transformation. So instead of actually storing all of these numbers, what we can do instead is we can just get one character at a time. So we can say like, okay, let's get the L, for example, for this LeetCode. It'll give you a 12. Then we'll have a total variable somewhere, like over here. And then we can just take all the digits of each number we get. So for 12, we get 1 and 2 by doing that mod 10 divided by 10 thing. And then the total would be 1 plus 2. And then we get the next number, so we get a 5 and get all the digits and then add a 5 and so on and so on. And so your starting total will be all of these digits combined. So starting total will be sum of digits in string. And that's like one transformation, right? Because if you notice, they convert LeetCode to these. We're not going to convert it to these. We're just going to take one of these at a time and run this get all digits operation on it and add all those together. So we will get 33 when we have this string, and we'll take every digit and we'll do this. And that's one transformation, and we need to do this transformation k times. So we already did it once. So basically we'll have some result here, or some total, something. And then we need to do this again k minus 1 times because we already did it once. So we're just going to take all the digits in total, get them all, put them in the new total, and then subtract 1 from k and basically do that k minus 1 times. And then finally return the result. So that's kind of the idea here. So that way we don't need to store a string, we don't need to store an array, we can just process all of these digits as we go, and we don't need any space for anything. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, let's do that. So we'll have a result or total, and we're going to go through all the digits in the string. So we'll say this, and we're just going to take the digit. So we'll say like int number equals s this. So this is the ASCII value, and then we have to subtract the ASCII value for a, and then we have to add 1. And you don't have to convert to int. This will basically automatically do that because a character is still a number. So it'll convert it to an integer for you. So once we have the integer of the ASCII value plus 1, now we need to basically take all of the digits in this thing. So we can say while none is greater than 0. Let's just keep getting the last number. So we'll say total plus equal num mod 10 and divide our number by 10. And so if you have a number and you do this in Java, it's an int. So if you do like 567 over 10, so a decimal divide would be 56.7. But then because it's an integer, you basically get rid of the decimal, so you get 56. So this is like a shortcut of just divide integer by 10 and you get rid of the decimal. And we keep doing that, and then that will add to our total. So for every number we get, we'll just keep adding to our total. So now our total is all of the digits of this whole string added together one time. So we did this k operation one time. So we're going to subtract 1 from k because we did it once. Now we basically need to do it another whatever's left, right? So while k is greater than 0, let's just keep doing this operation. So we'll get a new total. We'll make it 0, and then we'll basically do the same thing, but on our current total. So while total is greater than 0, new total plus equals total over 10, or total mod 10, and this. So we're going to do this operation k minus 1 times, and then return the total. And at the very end, so our new total is going to be our new value, so we just need to make total equal to the new total. So we can keep reusing the new total value, and once we get a new total, we'll set our old total equal to that. And that should be it. Let's see. Looks like an infinite loop. Yeah, okay. So infinite loop, so let's figure out, I guess it's going to be something here. So let's let's see. Oh, we're not subtracting from k. That's why. So, all right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so obviously, like, we have to go through the string initially. So that's O of n. And then to get all the digits in a number is log base 10 of the number. But because these numbers are kind of small, I mean, I guess we could still say it's log of the number, but like if you have a string that's 100 characters, and you add a bunch of numbers together, like if you think about it, like what's the biggest string we can possibly have? So let's say it's all z's. Or I guess, like if you think about it, so a string can have 2 characters. What's like the biggest 2 characters? So z is 26, which is 2 plus 6. So the biggest number we can have is probably like 19 or something, which is just 1 plus 9, which is just 10. So the biggest value we can have for a character in the string is 10, and then it's only 100 characters. So this number is going to be really small. It'll basically be 10 times 100. It's going to be like our biggest value here. But regardless, I guess we could say this is time O of n. That's going to be the first like iteration, so that this is how big the number can be. And then we do this k times. So I think it's going to be something like if n is the length of the number, to get all the digits in a number is linear time. So then it's going to be this, I think, something like that. Yeah, because this is basically the biggest number we can have, like I said, is 10 times the length of the string, which is 10 times 100, so it'll be like 1,000. And then, yeah, so if it's based on the length of the string, then this is like this. And space is of 1. Curious what this thing says if it just copies mine again, or if it says something else. Okay, it just copies mine. Interesting. Okay, whatever. Yeah, but the basic thing is like if you have a number, to get all digits, a number is a log base 10 of the number, because you're basically just dividing it by 10, and you have to do that for every digit. So yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be all for this one. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.